on Facebook. I'm a very basic person. This is as good as I can do, Todd. I'm lucky to just get on here.
Mhm.
Just 1 minute and I'll type this and be right with you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being patient. If you're watching this in a minute, on to see. It's an honor to have you here, Todd. All that you've done, man. Look at your credits. We're recording and we're live and we're here. Hi, everybody. It's Linda Marcus Smith with yet another interview for you to just bite into. Speaking of biting into, I'm not very high tech, but doesn't my file cabinet look like a Hershey bar? One of those old fashioned Hershey bar? Okay. Anyway, today's about my guest. So let's get into it. I'm going to read. That's why I got these on. I have a guest over there. Look how nice and quiet he's being. Wait until you hear all about my guest. But first, let me tell you the intro that he sent to me. Brooklyn's Todd Montesi. That's right. Todd Montesi is a comedian, director, writer, and producer who has appeared on, get this, HBO, Comedy Central, and TBS. A pioneer in the comedy Web3 and AI-driven comedy space, Montesi was featured in the New York Times in July 2023 for his innovative AI-themed show, Comedy Bites. He's been a featured guest at the NFT NYC convention from 2021 to 2024 and at NFT London in 2022. In addition to his daily online content, which is amazeballs, and acclaimed sitcom web series PN and Friends, which you got to hear about this, Montesi operates the UGG comedy show, which I've been to. It's amazing. And he's so incredibly funny. A comedy club network in New York City where he hosts and pitches comedic projects. You can catch him at the one on one and also at another place I'll be performing at coming up on the 20th. We'll let him tell you about that because we're going to bring him on right now to the show here at Comic Spot, the one and only Todd Montesi. Hi, Todd.
What's up,
Hi.
guys? What's up, guys? What's up, Facebook universe? What's up, internet? How's it going?
So I'm so happy to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for getting me here early in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
'Cause, I'm a morning person.
Yes, thank you so much for your patience and coming on to my little platform. So my friends will fall in love with you and all the work you do. I've seen you in real life perform. I remember we were at a taping, a live taping of our friend who was doing his 1 hour special for his special, and you did a spot before that and killed it. I'm like, it can't get any better than this. You're so freaking funny.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Finally, the confirmation I need that I'm hilarious. Tell that everyone to the industry, far and wide. Tell it to all the peoples in the seven seas and all that I am hilarious.
Yes, he's incredible. You got to see him, you guys. Now behind you is something that looks very interesting, and I would love to have you explain where you came up with that. And
Oh.
after that, I want you to tell me about little Todd growing up in your house and going through all the different levels of school and into college or afterlife of high school and into comedy. I want to hear your
Wow.
whole life story. But first, what is that thing behind you?
All right, this is from my project PN and Friends, which is a sitcom web series about a man child just trying to be a man. And the cool thing about the show, it satirizes pop culture. It's also philosophical. So we do a lot of crazy stuff with it. This was part of an NFT project for it, where we're promoting the show with, and yeah, and also it also involved some of the philosophy in the show. Where right now I'm working on the final 5 episodes of PN and Friends, the web series, which has been critically acclaimed by certain sources out there. You could Google that. A lot of reviews. Critics saying how funny and weird it is. And basically, we're tackling like AI, where basically the main character, PN, who's like this goofball, sitcom character, like a Charlie Brown type character, he learns that his basic life is a facade because AI is controlling the simulation of his universe, and that all the silly, scamps and shenanigans that he gets in is controlled by AI because the AI is surveillancing him because he's a glitch in the system. Does that sound like something to watch? Hmm?
That's, it sounds so relatable. I mean, who doesn't feel like a glitch in the system?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, want to get it out there. The new episodes are premiering in the summer, in the summertime. We've been working on these final 5 episodes since 2021, and I had to sit on the content because it wasn't ready yet. The world wasn't ready yet. The AI, the technology wasn't ready yet. But now that the technology is here and everyone's kind of feeling the paranoia with AI and also building friendships with AI, now's the perfect time for it. So when it comes out, it's going to be like, wow, how current? Did you just shoot this like last week? And I'm going to be like, yeah, it's easy. Not only did we shoot it last week, I just told the AI to edit it and like generate everything, and no one's reeling it. So I'm a nobody. I'm not a genius at all. I'm just a simple fool, a glitch in the system that the AI has blessed with all this technology.
Oh, holy Toledo. Okay, so let's go into little talk. I'm not real familiar with AI. I do use, is that you know how you type in something and say, tell me a joke in the style of Gracie and Allen, George
Mm,
Burns, Gracie Allen, about riding a subway train. And it pops something up. Is that AI?
sure. Yeah. I mean, isn't everything AI? I mean, hey, do you believe everything? Do you believe life is real? Does this feel like a reality?
No, my
No,
dad,
there you go.
my
Yeah.
dad, my dad always said, Todd, that life is a dream, and when you wake up, you're dead.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah. That's old school. That's old school 20th century philosophy. Right after the end of World War II, where everyone's just like, "What's the point? People can die like millions in a heartbeat. This is all meaningless." And that's when we had the real good art, right? That's when we had the cool, James Joyce stuff out there, and Mash. Smash is great, great show. Yeah. Oh, but it's that's a common trope. That's a common thing in society where in civilizations where people go like life is an illusion, Maya, now it's simulation, and there's always certain truths to it. There's always certain maybe hyperbole, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, that's especially now. I feel like now definitely feels like everything's just not just absurd but parody, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me sort of like trying to make sense of the world by just tackling that in my comedy by going, yeah, sure, it's all like weird glitch stuff, and maybe yeah. So, but that's where the art comes in. That's where the comedy comes in. So I think people will definitely like. I think it's going to get a lot of mainstream attention, especially since we're doing an episode that's fully in the AI's perspective, where it's all like AI generated content. Like I'm gonna do like a episode where we shot a lot of footage. The show's been since 2018. We've been making PN and Friends, and I've been using it sort of as a way to my own film school to learn how to make not just content but make narrative. Make like these little films and stuff like that. Like one PN episode is like almost a documentary on the wrestling scene. So I took that as an opportunity to like, okay, how do I make a documentary? now with these 5 episodes, I guess I'm working on like how do I make a narrative that's like insane and like a mini TV show. So once we get these done, they'll be appearing once a week, and also yeah, it's really cool. I think I've definitely been sucked into the Matrix, and now I can't relate to humanity anymore. So mission accomplished. I am now not just a glitch; I'm a glitch messiah. Thank you, PN and friends.
If I would want anybody to time travel, it would be you.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to time travel, especially during slavery. The mo how many times was there slavery like in like history? At this point, you're like, you know what? I think we're up for another term of slavery. Apparently, like slavery is usually like a mainstay in like society or in historical society. So that's when you look at that, that's why you're like, yeah, that makes sense. I can see slavery making a comeback the way things are going. But
Everybody talks about how they wish they could time travel back and kill baby Hitler.
mm,
And we don't even shake our heads or fists at that, but to go back and want to eradicate slavery before it happened, and racism, wouldn't it be cool to go in and change the minds of people where nobody thought they were better than anything?
mm. Or you could do, you can go back in time, bring baby Hitler to 2025 and be like, now's your time, buddy. This is your world. You are too ahead of your time, apparently, baby Hitler.
Oh
That
my
was not an endorsement on Hitler. I don't like Hitler. Just want to put it out there on the internet. Not a fan of Hitler. Okay. Especially baby Hitler.
God.
I say F babies, especially baby Hitler,
Yeah,
figuratively,
yeah.
not literally. You know what I'm saying? I don't
What
want to.
How could AI go back and put different things into Hitler's brain to make him be like a guru that led people into the desert to drink Kool-Aid and Nike shoes and to get rid of the Nazis? Or I don't know. How do you?
That's it. That's a hypothesis. And hey, I'm glad that you're comfortable putting that out there on the internet.
Yeah, but slavery. Now
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
slavery. Let's talk
yeah.
about, I got the luxury of talking with Sinbad.
Wow.
Let's talk about Sinbad and slavery. Um,
Talk to Sinbad about slavery.
well, about racism, which
Okay.
led to slavery, hate and
Mm-hmm.
arrogance. But when he came on here, um, nobody cared that Linda, the old lady, was doing a podcast till Sinbad came on.
Oh,
And
Sinbad did this.
yeah, so
Nice.
you are on the same platform now, equal to Sinbad. So I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't know that.
Sinbad, Todd Mondesi, and that's it. There you go. That's it. That's all you need.
I really haven't cared about too much since then, but I'm kidding. But anyway, when he got on here, we talked about racism because it was just after the George Floyd thing, and it had really affected Sinbad a lot. And he said that he feels that racism is only going to end in America when us baby boomers die off.
It's another hypothesis that looks like it's failing. So, uh,
Yeah. And then you know who Alonzo Bowden is?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
He came on and he said that,
You get all the blacks. You get all the top tier blacks.
hey, I'll tell you who's interesting, people who have been through suffering. And so he said that um what you take one not one white person could go a day in the life of being black in America. Not a day.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I don't think one black person wants to live as a black person for a day. I'm tired. Okay.
I'm telling you. Imagine, I mean, I sat and
I'm
I
only
tried.
19 years old. Look at me now. Okay. That's one black day equals 100 white people years. Okay.
Yes, I agree. I'm telling you, this country, the way it's treated other people, it's a travesty. And like I know that my people, the Jewish people, oh, the Holocaust, but things have happened to a lot of people for centuries around the world. The only Holocaust was not the Jewish people, it was not the only Holocaust.
Mhm.
There's people that have been slowly put down, discarded, looked down upon, and they had to live through it. Sometimes I wonder if. Anyway, I gotten really dark and really serious, but I just felt like you could handle it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I live in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I look like Moses right now. I've seen too much.
I'd like to go into the AI world, and after this airs, I probably will be pushed there. But the thing is I now want to know about you growing up, Todd. What made you as funny, as insightful into the making people laugh as you are? You are so insightful in the comedic world,
Mhm.
in the
Oh,
live, interpersonal, people in the audience world.
right. Well, I got to give a shout out to trauma, especially generational trauma. I mean, you definitely made a real one here with that. And yeah, I started doing stand up when I was 17 years old, doing the mics in New York City. I'm a native New Yorker. I grew up in Brooklyn, still in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I always had an interest in stand up because, and comedy in general as a kid because, I was watching TV all the time. I was kind of like, like a nerd with that, like watching TV, where TV raised me. I was in the last generation of that where I thought, hey, maybe I could become a friend of friends, and all that stuff. And yeah, I always admired that, like, you could tell the truth to power and, and cut through the BS of like the phoniness with stand up. I always thought, and I was like, oh, and you could get paid for that? That seems cool. And of course, that was stupid of me to think you could get paid. Once you're famous, you know, then you can get paid a lot, which
You're
that's the only
just
thing that matters. Yeah.
have
Fame.
you have done so well with these credits I listed off.
Mhm.
Talk a little bit about HBO, Comedy Central, and TBS. I want to hear that.
Yeah, I was on HBO's Crashing on a pilot episode, directed by Jed Apatow, which is pretty cool. Every once in a while, he'll be on the street and I'll be like, "Hey, remember me?" He'd be like, "Crashing, remember? You directed me." Oh, yeah, great. All right, I gotta go. So, yeah, but I did that. I played the open micer who brought in Pete Holmes, and that probably is the peak of my show business career so far. Unless we get PN on TV, guys. Okay, PN and Friends. Check it out on YouTube. We're gonna get it on Tubi with these final episodes. We're gonna remaster these episodes and all that stuff. You can't wait. Watch past episodes now. If you enjoy my brand of humor, you would
So
love that show.
it's called PN and Friends. What does PN stand for?
Oh, it's his name, but it stands for so many things, so many things. But when you watch it, you'll get it. And also, it's like like DJ, AJ, like characters with cool nicknames with the two letters. I
Yes.
thought, like, what's like the worst letters you could put together to make like a nickname? PN. It sounds like, ugh, what is that? Exactly. Okay. But you know what? The way in our show it like sort of evolves, where it starts out as sort of like something low and then goes to something high. And that's kind of part of the idea of the show and the idea of PN, where even though he's a glitch in the system, because of that, he's able to maybe save the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. It has a lot of comic booky stuff, especially now that we're doing a lot of crazy AI stuff with images like this. I had to pay an art. This is like before, like we were using AI. I had to pay an artist for this, and it took so long to like try to get artists to create the. And you're paying them. You're like, hey, I'll pay you. Can you do this? And they're like, oh, I don't have time. Blah 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 blah. Now with AI, I'm like, great. I don't need you anymore. I could just have this machine do it, and like I could tailor it. And people say like, oh well, what about the artists and stuff? Let me tell you something, okay? when people say they're artists, they just want to get laid. Most of the time, in general, people are like, "Yeah, I'm playing a guitar. You want to come to my apartment and blow me?" They don't care. Yeah, a real artists are fucking dead inside, and they're just like no lives. You know what I'm saying? No money until they're dead, probably. No recognition, just because they need to get that truth out their stupid skulls. If they don't, they're going to be schizophrenic. You know what I'm saying? So that's, and those are like, that's like a small amount of people out there. Like the truth is, you have to finish the job. You have to start, go through the middle, the long road, and then to come to that destination at the end, you have to go through that long road. A lot of people don't want to go through that long road anymore. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that. And now that we're getting to the point now where, you know, where people are going to be disposable. Unfortunately, the way corporations already look at people as disposable. But now with like robotics, it's even more going to be more so. And people need to stop thinking about being consumers and start thinking about being producers. You know what I'm saying? Like we people were always been in the past, where it's like, hey, I've got my little farm here. I'm going to produce, I'm going to make produce and I'll trade that. But of course, they don't want that. They want to make sure that you will own nothing and you'll be happy about it. So everyone's going to rent forever.
Yes, absolutely.
Dude,
So
that's why I'm
when
not famous because I drop bombs like that. You know, I should have just focused on being famous and dropping sex tapes and being like, yeah, huh, I support Trump. Give me your money. Do that fun stuff. Being
exactly.
chosen is a curse. Ah.
It's so great that in the AI world you were out there as in the forefront of it before it was even ready for you.
Mhm,
Kudos.
mhm. Yeah, because I'm an idiot.
No, I think you saw something coming down the pike.
Like all idiots, prophets are idiots. Foreseers, mostly idiots. Philosophers, idiots. Comedians, idiots. I come from a long line of idiots. So,
I'm related to Albert Einstein.
mhm. Well, you are Jewish, so yeah, I'm sure they're all related.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
What
cool.
if you were
How
gonna
are you related to Albert Einstein? What's the connection?
so I have a dad who was Jewish, not a
Mhm,
mom. So I'm not really Jewish according
mhm,
to, I don't know, Jews. And so I've always felt like a rebel because of that, like how dare you tell me I'm not, and because I identify with my daddy. So anyway, in my daddy's family tree, it goes back to his mother, Einstein's mother. It didn't display Albert Einstein, but it had his mother way back there in the city where his mother was born. And then it showed that
Cousins?
what?
Were they cousins or like?
I don't know because like I don't read German, but okay, so in Germany you get this thing. You don't
Mhm,
there's no birth, no death certificates. There's just a family name and then it lists who was born and who died and when. And it had on my in my dad's family tree page, it had his Albert Einstein's mother on it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so they were related. Yeah, that's nice.
that's all I could, and it was way back to when they lived.
Mhm,
So that's all I know.
that's cool.
Who
Yeah,
do
yeah,
you
yeah.
have? Who are you related to? Have you done the 23 and me?
I'm related to nobody. That's what I'm related to. I'm related. I've just I'm an auto-generated black person.
What do you think is your strength as a producer, and what's your greatest strength and your greatest strength as a comedian?
All right, that's a good question. So my greatest strength as a producer is to get a bunch of crazy people in the room together to make something happen, like to make magic happen, which is a pain in the ass and not as simple as people think. Starting to produce shows and comedy shows, yeah, especially at an early age, because like I was always an independent spirit, being a New Yorker and all. It actually helped me to produce content and narrative and TV and films and all these shows because like it led me to learn how to deal with these very delicate types that come in the arts and crafts. So that I think being a manager of egos and to have people collaborate and create something special. I think that's my strong suit. My strong suit as a comedian is that like I think I'm a Rudite. I'm pretty smart. Not to pat my back. I think pride is my biggest flaw, as you can tell. Anyway, so yeah, I think you could drop me in any room in anywhere in the world, and I'll pretty much I could entertain, which is like the benchmark of a really good comedian, where you could just if they can speak English, you could just drop them in the middle of nowhere, Zimbabwe, especially with technology now. Drop me in Zimbabwe, give me Chat GPT audio, I'll translate. I can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I am
That's
a
it.
complete performer.
I
Huzzah,
love.
huzzah, huzzah.
Well, I watch, there's a lot of people that do comedy, and when I can figure them out what they're doing and their little nuances, then I'm not interested anymore. If I can
Mhm.
figure them out, I can't figure you out. I can watch
Thank you.
you and I can't figure you out, and I love that about you.
Thank you. And that's why I'm now living in poverty, because that's the worst thing you could be as a performer. People just want to look at you and be like, oh, I get it. That guy, vagina jokes. Let's go to the club. Let's watch this guy. Not this. Oh, wait, a mystic? Great. I love mysticism. Let's go watch that so I could fucking question my reality and what am I doing here? Love that.
Yeah. So if you wanted to, I can tell you don't, but let's say today somebody's going to hand you
Oh,
$1 million.
I will sell out. Yes. Yeah. Maybe I don't want to. Of course I want to. Why would I want to live in poverty? You know, I don't care anymore. Nothing's real. Did you just listen to this whole interview? We live in a simulation. Even if you sell out, it doesn't even matter. Nothing exists.
If you could sell out today because somebody's handing you $1 million, what would you want your little box that you're going to live in the rest of your life telling jokes about one thing? What's it going to be?
Mm. Vagina, did you just hear me? I thought I just, yeah. Are you party interview? Kidding. All right, I got to run though. I got to get back to my editing soon. So
He would have
sorry.
stayed, he would have stayed longer, but it's my fault because I
That's your fault.
don't know how to wake up when an alarm is trying to go off. You don't even want to hear this story. You guys, you gotta come out to one on one. It's at First in the downtown. Talk about where you're at. I'll blow it.
All right, yeah. So follow us on UG Comedy Show on all the socials, especially Instagram and Facebook. Follow me at Montikilla, Montikilla, for all the cool stuff with PN and Friends. We're doing like cool AI promos for it. Uh, Also, we're at shows tonight, Friday, Saturday at 1 and 1, which is at 76 East First Street in the Lower East Side, East Village, NYC. We have really fun, cool shows, budget friendly, especially in this horrible economy. Please come out. And also, we do show Sunday in Brooklyn, in Bushwick, Singapore, which you'll be doing again this Sunday for Easter Sunday at 1114 DeKalb Avenue in Brooklyn. Check it out. It's going to be a fun time too. Come out to all these shows. And yeah, watch PN and Friends, guys. I want to get this out there. I think it's a very special show. I'm putting a lot of myself in there. And I said before, and I'll say it again, if nothing happens from it, I'm killing myself. Okay. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I have no attachment. I have no family. I have no love life. And all I have is comedy. And if comedy doesn't need me, then I don't need to be here.
Where do they watch PN and Friends, your AI generated web series?
You can watch it on YouTube at Monty Television. We have episodes 1 through 25, as well as extras as well. The final 5 episodes will be coming out around in the summer sometime. I think it's going to be like late June, early August. We're going to have like screenings for it. It's going to be great. So the last episode up is Kill PN. Check that out. PN, is he dead? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? And then we'll be coming back in June with the rest of the 5 episodes run, our little mini season where each week we're going to come out with news. That's why I got to get back to editing it. I'm still.
Thank Todd, thank you so much for all your patience with me for coming on here. You guys follow him where he said, get down to First Sunday, come out and to Bushwick to the show. You can see all the information on his pages that he mentioned or on mine. I'll be sharing it as well. Come on out and support this guy. I want you to quit trying to follow me. I'm 74. Follow Todd Montesi, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. Very
Bye,
fun.
Todd.